Again, I think I found some type of maybe little seat. There's a pile. It's been swept back. I don't see claw marks on that. I don't see hoof marks on that. So that's suspicious. That's also something they'll do. And kick back and do whatever they do. You know what I mean? And the Sasquatch here, again, are not big. The ones that I've seen have been little guys, and they all seem to be small. The land of the small foots. I think I found one of their areas, because it looks to be an X right here. There's some stuff going on here. There's an X right there. And I just noticed when I was coming through here that there's some stuff going on. Also, there's these three leaners. They're always in pairs or they're in threes. And they're all coming up and leaning on this one tree right here. Like, what are the odds of that? That's not something nature did, guys. It's just not. It's a visual language, man. That's what they do. And they're all sat up into this tree right here. Some kind of visual language, you know what I mean? That's what the Sasquatch do. I see something else up here. We're gonna go check it out. And there's these kids on these ATVs in this road back here. And this road is so far back in here. And they're cruising up and down, up and down. It's like there's so many more better places to go to take a $30,000 ATV, you know? And it's so annoying, to be honest. Granted, they have a right to be out here. I'm just being annoyed. And they're the only ones out here besides me. And they're cruising up and down, up and down. It's like, if I have a $30,000 ATV, I'm going to take that into some serious backcountry. You know what I mean? Oh, look, there's another possible X right there. Look at that. You just don't find these X's like this, you know. Again, the top part's on this side, the bottom part's on that side. And you just don't find these X's like this. Just nature just doesn't, you know, create these X's and these specific characteristics, you know what I mean? They just don't do it. And look at this leaner right here was shoved over so hard that it cracked it being shoved into this tree. This little fork right here. Like something slammed this down so hard it cracked that right in the middle right there. Look at that. How does nature do that? But you got your cool little X. But I think I see some more stuff going on over here. We're gonna check it out. I found a couple of like fire pits too that were back here, and they were human fire pits because they have been here a long time. We're talking like 40, 50 years. Because as dry as it's been in the last 10 years, you just can't come out here and put a fire up out here and just throw a tent and call it good. It just don't happen. They frown on that. Look at these little pile of rocks. Just like, what are they doing there? You know, they just naturally happen. There's three all bundled up into a little pile. This is a nasty little area, but I kind of think I found their area. There's more evidence back here. You know what I mean? Granted, it is a bit eerie. And obviously it's not been clear cut because it's just that far back here that they're not even worried about clear cutting back here. They cut closer to town in different areas, but not back here. And there's all kinds of, deadfall and stuff laying on the ground and stuff, and you can look through that, and you can look through and see the manipulation, of what a Sasquatch may have done, making their structures and whatnot. And they're very good at it, because if, you spend your life out here like a Sasquatch, and you've got the knowledge of a Sasquatch, you're going to come through here, you're going to look through this, and you're going to see what's made by another Sasquatch through this. You know what I mean? They're that good. They know when something's been moved. I can move that log right there, and they'll come through here and notice that's been moved. That's what's amazing about those guys. They aren't stupid, and they're all over back here. And see all this deadfall, all this stuff that's laying on the ground? They hide behind that stuff. Like, there could be one right now laying on its stomach or its back, turned looking right at me. They use this stuff to lay down and stay totally hidden on the ground, because they like to stay low. Say when there's a human around or something else around that they don't want to be seen by. And man, they're good at what they do, you know what I mean? That's when they're not playing their disappearing act. But there could be one sitting right there, right now, and I wouldn't be able to see it. There's just all this deadfall laying on the ground out here, and they hide behind that. They lay down and hide right behind that stuff. Get a quick zoom out there, I guess. I see there's a tree cracking. The tree sounds like it's gonna fall. I don't know if you can hear that on the mic. Just squeaking and carrying on. You know how a tree makes that, you know what I mean? I mean, that sounded pretty terrible, but, and then it falls? That's what I'm hearing. Oh, that's crazy. Got a footprint right there. Little guy too. Little footprint. 6 inches long probably. Could be. Could also be a double-stepped elk. There's a lot of game in this area. Not a huge amount of water, but a lot of game. And it's, all this gets really difficult to walk through. Looks like I'm walking through a game trail right here. Some type of game trail or something, because look, all the disturbance. Definitely a lot of disturbance right there. You can't tell what kind of footprints are in there. Look, here's a couple of leaners right here. This is something that they do. I'm going to try to make it up on the top side, because it's too difficult to walk down below me. I swear they make the Sasquatch make these areas real hard to walk in. I almost fell. And just to keep you at bay, keep everything at bay. It's so hard to walk in. I think I see another little axe. Let me make my way over there. I gotta turn this off to walk in this. Oh. So this is pretty wild here. This tree have all been pulled together into a point and all tangled into a point to hold each other. Do you see this? They've all been pulled to a point, and then you got these little leaners inside this tree, tucked inside this tree. Do you see this, guys? Like 3 or 4 of them. They're all kind of half teepeed and they're all shoved up underneath that. That's wild. It's pretty crazy, guys. There's that little X I wanted to show you guys. Look at this X right here. It's a little one, but it's the top is a fork. They got a thing for those forks. I mean, I guess there's my car. There's I guess they feel with those forks. Maybe they stay in the trees better. Maybe I don't know, but that's cool. This is kind of strange right in here. You got a lot of leaners leaning up on this rock. They like to pile trees up on this rock. But there's this big, pretty good sized root ball that didn't come from here. There's no hole. It did not come from here in this area anywhere. And you got a bunch of these little leaners that are leaning up into these trees. And the leaners signify something to them. It's a language. It's definitely a language. And they understand that. We don't. You know, look like this. You pay attention, a lot of these, you know, where did it come from? It didn't come from here. It was drug in here. It was completely drug in here. And it's just the kind of thing that Sasquatch do, man. They take all these trees and they make structures out of them, you know? Like, that's what they do. There's an old break right there. Just keep seeing all kinds of stuff. All kinds of manipulation. They're definitely in this area. I bet if I was to go down there in there deeper, if I had more time. Look at this break. Granite, that's old, but that's a break. Looks like another X right on top of the tree. Or, I mean, on top of the rock. Another cheesy little X, little juicy X. But I'm on top of them. I know where they're at now. And I'm going to come back down in here and observe them. And try and help educate myself and educate the public, because I do know quite a bit about these creatures. I'm really sick of people saying that they're Bigfoot experts, because they're not. There's no such thing. There's a break right there. There's a break down there. And there's a break right there. And they're all headed the same direction. They're all pointing the same direction. That's pretty wild, guys. That's pretty damn wild. Look at this half-cocked X. It's like not fully as big as what they do. But this did not just naturally fall like that. This is really cool. Top part's on that side, the bottom part's on this side. That's wild. There's a lot of manipulation back here, guys. I'm about to show you something really cool though, but I'm going to go right down here and see what this is. I definitely found their spot. It's so busy down here. There's so much going on. I'll just take a couple of zooms through the trees. The trees are thick. There's just this lodgepole pine. And I just wanted to take a minute and throw some zooms back here. There's definitely a lot going on back here, guys. I don't want to bore the crap out of you, but I mean, if you see anything, timestamp it and let me know. This is definitely the spot. I see a lot of stuff that they've manipulated back here, and some of it's just deadfall, but I can tell, I can distinguish which one's which. You know what I mean? I'm about to show you something really cool though. There's an X. There's a juicy X right there. And it's a double treed X. There's two trees leaning on this side. And you got your one coming out this way. Again, the top part's always on one side of the tree and the bottom part's always on this side. That's wild. That's crazy. Look at that. Is that one of the most beautiful bends that you've seen? I mean, that is freaking cool. And it's funny, they always make a bend. They always make this bend. And in my area, at least, they like to stick one log on the back side of that. This is the base. You would think they put it on the front, but I don't know. But they pushed this down and put it on the back side of this bend right here. Let's go see what the front looks like. And there's one tiny log laying on top of the front of that. But the tip of this is kind of buried into that ground right there. That's the tip, and it's buried into the ground. And this beautiful bend. This right here, guys, is absolutely juicy. This is very juicy. And in my experience, and there isn't a tree. There's obviously not a tree that came down and pulled this tree down. I don't want to hear all the skeptical bullshit and all these insults on how this bend got made. It's not logical. And I also got another theory about how bends are made using heat, but I don't really talk about that on video, because you start talking about too much, people start freaking out on you, and really try to discredit you. That right there, guys, isn't that amazing? That's juicy as hell. I'm gonna go up here and check out this other deal. This other looks like a structure. Pretty crazy looking, actually. From back here it does. I'm gonna get up and get a closer look, and then we're gonna move out and go to another spot just up the road. So stay tuned. This is insanity. This is more stuff that they do. This is more stuff the Sasquatch does. But look at this insanity right here. This is nuts. This was broke. That was broke. That was sent down on top of this tree. The second part, the first part comes up, breaks again, and shoots back down and meets the other top of that tree. How the hell is that just naturally done, guys? It's not. It's an ancient language. I see something over there, but I can't find it. Where'd it go? Just a shadow. It's an ancient language is what it is. That right there signifies something. That looks like some kind of, like symbolism or something crazy. See how it split, broke both of them, split it, come up this way, broke it again, came back down, and met the other top part of that. Here's the other top part. It's coming straight across. Is that insanity or what? That's freaking crazy. Oh, these Sasquatch, man, they never cease to amaze me. That's so juicy. That's crazy. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? And you got more leaners in the back right here, and it's just a little mess of stuff going on right here. Wow. Look at this, guys. It's a whole bunch of leaners all leaning in different directions coming up through on this one tree right here. It almost looks like a little star structure looking type of thing. That right there is really juicy. That is so obvious it's been manipulated. It's crazy. Let's go down and look down here a bit more. I definitely found their area. It's just been all clear cut next to the road. The road is way down there, over there somewhere. Can't really see it on my monitor. But they took a clear cut. You got all this deep, dark forest. This major Sasquatch country through here. There's the road. And all that beautiful country out there. There's been a lot of reports of Don't you do it. See that? He just tried to land on me, that little bastard right there. He just tried to land on me. Little freaking asshole. And we're gonna venture into this dark forest and see if we can find some evidence back here. Let's go, guys. He picked this tree, and there's all these leaners coming up on it like a little teepee structure. Very small sapling trees. You see this, guys? All sat up and pushed up into there. All these, one coming way out here, and the other one coming way out. That's pretty crazy, guys. It's like a little teepee looking thing going on. It's definitely what they do. Wow, that's such a hike back in here. Oh, straight uphill. It's hot, like 70 degrees, and I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating so bad. And 70 degrees is hot out here. There's a seat right there. It's all been swept out. There's no claw marks or hoof marks in it at all. And there's pieces of moss that don't belong there that's been flipped into there. I actually don't see where that moss came from, but there's been a few of these back in here. A few of those little seats. I think I was back in here a year ago. Probably a year ago or so. Investigating this area out here. And found some pretty cool stuff. I like these Sasquatch are here. Like I said, are smaller Sasquatch. There's like some manipulation of trail going right through here. Probably some game or something, I don't know. And you see what's going on here? These two are completely suspended. They're just hanging right in between that limb that sticks out right here. They're just hanging there, these two limbs. Look, they're completely off the ground. And you got some more manipulation right there. That's wild. That's freaking crazy. I try to show you guys the best, and I'll try to give you guys the best information. I try to educate you the best I can of what I know. I hope I'm doing a good job for you guys. I hope you enjoy my videos. I try to find the best stuff that I can for you guys. And you know what's weird is I haven't seen an X in here yet. I've just seen these subtle little manipulation, like what I just showed you, like those two limbs that are just hanging there. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason for that to be hanging there. You know, if that fell naturally. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. But we keep moving and see what we find. Here's some more stuff that they do. That's like the bud end of a small tree. It kind of makes a cheesy little X, and that's been forced up and around the backside of that. I see something really cool for you. I think I see an entire tree suspended. And that's exactly what it is. The smallest tree completely suspended. Look at this. Look at this tree. It's completely suspended in the air. Wow. That's juicy, guys. The whole thing's suspended. The end of it is right there. See it? This whole thing's suspended in the air. That is freaking nuts. And it's like this tree has been broke, laid out into there, and then that little one sat up into there to make a platform for this to sit on. That's wild. That was a huge break. How did that get broke like that? It was perfect. Snapped. And laid down here with a couple of small, tiny leaners leaning into it. That's pretty wild, if you ask me. That's pretty juicy stuff.